Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning, super good morning for some people because it's super early, but we have to prepare Napoli versus Juve. -1 day. What we will do today is, of course, in a few seconds, listening to the press conference of Max Allegri. I will listen in Italian and I will live translate for you. After that, we debrief and we try to understand already how we will play versus Napoli. And if we have time a bit later, we'll go through the papers because I didn't want to do the video this morning for one simple reason. The time that I do the video, the press conference would already have been gone, and that would have mean absolutely no sense. So let me say hello to the early birds that we have in the chat. Sasha, that is the first one to be there. Then we have, of course, Marco that is there as well. Ciao Marco, good morning to Kane. Spiteri, we have Thomas Macluf, buongiornissimo, really good morning. Essecita, good afternoon Beppe, don't forget to eat your lunch. What afternoon? It's 11:30. What afternoon? Are you crazy? 11:30. Wait, let me put the sound here. Okay. We have Bader, but anyway, for you, of course, happy afternoon. Ciao Bader, ciao Zero, ciao Styler Z, ciao Istossi. Mamma mia, what a nickname with the picture of Paolo Dybala. Ciao Starboy. We have Peter Abate that is there with us in the chat as well, of course. What did he say, Peter? Peter is saying from the overnight shift. Because he was working, of course. Cadis is there. Ciao Beppe. Law from Canada is 3 a.m. Why are you awake? That's my biggest question in today's date. Why are you awake? Why are you not sleeping at 3:30? 5:27 in Florida, Beppe. Why are you all awake? Are you crazy, guys? Ciao Beppe. You can watch in replay. For all the people that are watching replay, don't forget, thank you. But also don't forget to put a maximum of like. I can't wait. We are a bit early. 3 minutes before the start. With Max Allegri, we have to say that we are always on time. Always. When we had ex-coach of Napoli, Maurizio Sarri, it was always a guarantee that we will start it later. Why? I don't know. I have my own idea about it because probably they were briefing him until the last second. Don't say this, don't say this, don't say this. With Allegri, it's okay. Go and you know what you have to say. I'm curious how he will prepare the game. I tell you already the first thing that Max Allegri will say is, of course, Napoli's favorite for the Scudetto. Of course, it's a really strong team. It's a physical team that has really great players that are really technical. We saw the result. They deserve to be first. That's how he will start. Really difficult team and blah, 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 blah. Then he will not give too much info. Of course, he will speak about the injuries. He will say only Bremer will be back. But let's see if my predictions are right. Ciao Maria! Do you remember me? No, of course I remember Maria Benedetti. Ciao Ahmed, who is saying, ciao Beppe, how you do, my amici? It's South African name, Beppe. That's why. It's Sozzi, grande. Ciao Alwi, ciao Acid, ciao Pavol. And Kiddies again with, what can I say? Allegri taxis keep me up at night. That's why, because you're trying to understand how we are first. No, first. Not yet. We are second in the league. Yesterday, Milan, disaster. 1 minute to go before the start. I tell you, we will start on time with the press conference. I'm curious. What is your question? What would you ask to Max Allegri? I'm curious before we start. And then, when we start, I will have to be really careful. I will listen in Italian and live translate immediately. You don't have to wait anybody. I listen, I translate. But what will be the question? We need Higuain tomorrow. By the way, I made a short on diverse social media, TikTok, Instagram, and also YouTube short. Watch it because it's quite interesting. I already show you here. We have the images of the press conference that is about to start. It's 30. So it's a few seconds before we start. Ciao to Joe Colagiuri from Australia. A bit later there. Ciao David, morning Beppe, and Kane is back. We need Higuain tomorrow. What's your guess for the result of tomorrow? I don't know yet. I don't know, Maria. I don't know. I can just tell you one thing. If you give me a paper and you tell me, Beppe, sign and for a draw. If you sign that paper, we draw. I tell you, no, I don't sign any paper. I don't want to sign for a draw. I don't know you guys, but I absolutely not sign for a draw. A win would be great way to start the weekend. Indeed, because we are playing on Friday. Attenzione, we start. I listen, I translate. Of course, they will start saying good morning. They are asking one question at a time. Question from Enrico, how is the team doing? The team is doing quite well at the moment. We had 2 beautiful days of working before the game. Let's see tomorrow what we will be able to do. He didn't give any answer. Giovanni Albanese. What about Danilo? How important is he as a leader in the changing rooms? At the moment, also missing Bonucci. Question is about Danilo. Ciao Maria. Danilo is doing well, as all the other ones are doing well as well. We have to continue as we are doing at the moment. 0 answer. Second one. Agresti asking about the injuries. Injuries should come back really soon. Before Monza, it will be difficult to have someone. But against Atalanta, someone could potentially be available. Quadrado will train with the team from Tuesday. And maybe the only one that will be present versus Monza in Coppa Italia. Quadrado, guys. But the other ones are growing in physical condition. Guardala, Sky Sport, what about Chiesa? Is it better to use him in second half as a joker, as a bonus, as a boost for the team? And can he also play on the left side? Question from Guardala. Federico is feeling really well. I'm really happy about that. If I would have the certainty that he would change the game from the second half, I would put him in the second half. But I don't have the crystal ball, so I will evaluate the training today. And after that, I will try to decide. So he didn't say that Chiesa would enter in second half. Maybe first half. Attenzione to the surprise. What we did until today were good, solid result, but tomorrow is a total different game. And what will happen tomorrow, of course, like in recent football, the result that you are doing at the day is the one that counts. What you did in the past is totally forgotten. The most important thing is at the end of the season, the result that Juventus would have achieved. And of course, one of the minimal objectives of Juventus is the 4 first spot. And we have to think really about what we have to do tomorrow. There is a big difference between first and second half of Juventus. It's a question of the journalist. What is the reason of the growth in second half? That's the real question from the journalist. It's a word from the week. If we are growing in the second half, that means that we are physically better. But of course, Napoli will be a total different game. We are playing versus a really, really strong technical team tomorrow. Really well organized and really well trained. So, the beautiful standard basic praisals for the opponent. Question about how to block Kvaratskhelia. He said, it's really strange. He said, to be honest, we didn't prepare anything yet for the game of tomorrow. We have to start with today. Tomorrow will be a really beautiful game, a beautiful sport and calcio evening in a stadium that will be sold out for a game that is not decisive for the rest of the championship, from the rest of Serie A. Question from another journalist. What test is it? If it's not decisive, what test is it, the game of tomorrow versus Napoli? It's not a test. It's not a crash test. It's a game of Serie A. We are coming from good result. Napoli as well. They have 44 points. They have the possibility to go nearly to 50 at the end of the first part of Serie A. Tomorrow is not decisive, but really important for them. So Allegri is putting pressure on Napoli. Attenzione. I said it before, Cremonese. When we start back after 2 months of stop, it's like we start a new Serie A. So all games are a bit strange, and we have to be good to play, and the players were quite well to play. Another question about the decisive game of tomorrow. Allegri. Tomorrow we have to play a game with a lot of technique, with a lot of intensity. I repeat, it's a difficult game because it's a one-on-one, playing in home of the most strongest team at the moment of Serie A, so pressure on Napoli again. It's a beautiful game to play. We have to be good and have the enthusiasm and the will to play the game. Journalist, you said that Napoli is the biggest favorite, the strongest one of Serie A. What is what you love the most from the opponents studying the Napoli? That's the question of the journalist. And he said, it's not me that is saying that Napoli is the strongest one of Serie A. It's the ranking, because they have 44 points and they are over everyone with plus 7 points. It's normal that they are favorite for the Serie A. Napoli is really strong technically. I repeat, they're doing a beautiful year, well trained. And Spalletti is a really great coach in terms of teaching to the players. He showed it at Inter, at Roma. So we have to do a beautiful game. 2 months ago, nobody would have thought that Juventus could have been in that game in these conditions. But we have to be calm, humble, thinking about working and working towards our final objective. 2 more questions. Ciao, Mohamed. El Shahali is there. Question from the coach about Spalletti and his way of teaching. He's asking, what about you, Allegri? If he's a really great teacher, Spalletti, what are you? Beautiful question. Explaining. No, I have a lot of respect for Luciano. It's really funny. From time to time we have a fight, like last year at the end of the game. I am not a coach, he's saying. I'm doing that work because of mistake. Normally I should have done something totally different. That being said, Luciano Spalletti is really a really great coach. Tomorrow playing versus him is really a beautiful challenge. And I repeat, one of the best one, if not the best one, to teach how and to coach. For them tomorrow, it's a really important game. I believe that for them, it's more important than for us. Words of Max Allegri. Pressure on Napoli. He's not answering questions. Question about Agnelli. Tomorrow is the last game, official game of Agnelli as a president. Answer from Allegri. I believe that we don't have to say a lot of things about Agnelli in words, because the facts are showing what he did at Juventus. Since when he was there, the facts are speaking for themselves and for himself. For me personally, I have to thank, because he gave me the opportunity to train Juventus and to be next to me and also working with him for a lot of years. Thanks for all. Buona giornata is the Max Allegri. I show you the image of Max Allegri here that you can see. There is a really funny image at a certain moment when he's actually with a big smile. Anyway, I don't know if I will be able to watch it again. Anyway, Max Allegri. Ooh la 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 la. I take away this. We have to speak about the press conference. What kind of press conference was this? What kind of press conference was this? He answered, I tell you, he answered 0 questions, except the one at the end towards President Andrea Agnelli. Except of this one, he answered 0. Mamma mia. There are people in the chat, they woke up at 3:30 a.m. or 5:30 a.m. to watch the press conference to understand what Allegri will say towards the game of Napoli. You woke up for nothing, guys. 0. You know what, guys?
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth.
I will tell you the truth. Allegri is preparing the game of his life. Allegri is preparing the game of his life. I don't know if he will win or not, depending also about Napoli, but one thing is sure, he has put all the pressure on Napoli. He insisted. He put the word in bold, in big, underline it, whatever you want, but he said the pressure is on them. The game, the most important game. The game is the most important for them. I believe that for them it's important. They have more to lose than to win. So he's putting all the pressure on them. They are the favorite. They are the strongest one. The ranking, 44 points, he's saying that they are the strongest one. They could potentially go at 50 points, winning the last 2 games of the first round. He said 0, except of Mastermind and putting them here. He received a question about Chiesa. He didn't answer. Even if on that one maybe I can tell you something. That's maybe the only thing, because he didn't speak about starting lineup, who will be there. Even the journalist, nobody asked him any single question about the starting lineup. The only singular question was about Federico Chiesa, if he can be again a joker in second half. That was the first question. And if he can play on the left side. On that one, and that's probably the only assist that Max Allegri is giving us, he said, if I would have the certainty that he's changing me the game in second half, I would put him in second half. But I don't have the crystal ball, so I will have to evaluate during the training of today who starts and who doesn't start. Tomorrow, Federico Chiesa starts. If I know Max Allegri, except of a collapse, last minute injury, fatigue or whatever. At the moment, 12th of January 2023, 11:44, I tell you, as I predicted already a few days ago, Federico Chiesa starts. Where? I don't know. Will he play as a second striker behind Keane or Milik? Will he play on the right side? I have absolutely no idea. Or at least I have my own ideas, but I couldn't understand it from Allegri. What I understood is Chiesa starts. What about the injuries? Well, for Monza, Coppa Italia, forget about Vlahovic, forget about Pogba, forget about all the other names, Bonucci and so on, De Sciglio, they're still not there, but a lot of them could potentially be back versus Atalanta. The only possible one to be back versus Monza, maybe, is Cuadrado. But who cares? Because we have to think about today and about tomorrow's game. That will be important. Hey, that's it, guys. We can close the video. What do you want me to debrief? I don't know. What are your reaction about Max Allegri that answered 0 questions? Thank you, Stylergy, that is praising me. Beppe, love your work, and you have improved so much in so much aspects. The commentary is amazing, but now you are also a translator as well. But, translator is something I always did, but I don't do it generally live. But guys, I think it's nice. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was not a bit too confused. Guys, I believe that the translation from Juve on their site will be really, really short because he said nothing. He said nothing. Look, we can go through the words and to remember what he said. I tell you, it will be nothing. Allegri, the team is doing quite well. We have done 3 days of training. We are in good condition. Grande. Oh, he said also something else. We didn't start preparing the game of Napoli. Guys, I can already anticipate you. There will be a lot of controversy on these games. People that will take it firsthand, that will really take it literally. We didn't start preparing the game of Napoli. Guys, seriously. Now, seriously, the game is tomorrow. Okay? Do you really believe that we didn't start preparing the game? That we didn't start preparing the game versus Napoli, that he doesn't know who he will play. Guys, forget about it. But he said we didn't prepare the game of Napoli. Someone said in the chat, doing homework in the last second. No, I believe that he already prepared the game since really long. They really know how Napoli is playing. I don't believe that they didn't prepare them. We are going to witness something big tomorrow. Hopefully, Cain. I'm imaging Allegri getting married and being asked, do you take this moment to be your wife? And he gives one of his nonsense answers. Well, Thomas, you know it, and then we go back to the press conference and to Napoli, Juve. He had to go married years ago, the first time, and he didn't go to the church. So he didn't even have the chance to answer a question, do you want to marry? He didn't go. It's a true story, I'm not joking, it's a true story. He didn't go to there. Anyway, ciao to Rocco Lavino. What about Bremer? He will play. He didn't answer, but yes, he will be there. He didn't mention Bremer, but yeah, it's something I believe that obvious because he was not really injured. On that one, yes. Yeah, no problem on that one. Allegri is the biggest troll on Calcio. Yeah, on that I agree as well. Doing it live is more chill. Thank you. Mr. Allegri, I start again with Allegri, the master of press conferences. So let's continue with what he said here. The returns of injured players should be imminent. I think against Atalanta, some could already be available. The boys are doing better and I hope to see at full capacity soon. Who are the players that we are missing? De Sciglio, Bonucci, Pogba, Vlahovic, Cuadrado. Do I forget someone? George. But do I forget someone else? I don't think so. I think that for the rest, they are slowly coming back. But Monza, only Cuadrado. We have good results up to now, but we have to keep thinking about working, progressing along the path of growth and reaching the final goal, which is results. At the moment, we are thinking of the top 4 places in standing. Guys, everything was formatted without taking any serious, and the question he was not really answering them, he was dribbling them. I believe that today we saw Zinedine Zidane with the ball, dribbling with a 360-degree roulette, all the questions, and actually making sure that he's putting the pressure on his friend Spalletti, that he said he's a great coach, he's a fantastic teacher, probably one of the best teachers in Calcio, doing a fantastic job, great coach, probably. Who are you? The question to Allegri. I'm here because of a mistake. Normally, I should never have been a coach. I'm here for a mistake. You see, trolling, a lot of trolls. Could be that certain people will judge this as disrespectful or not taking the game of tomorrow seriously. I can guarantee you that he took the game, or he's taking the game of tomorrow seriously, and that is preparing it. We are facing a well-organized, well-trained team. In Naples, the match are tough, so we must concentrate for the full 90 minutes. We have to play well technically and with intensity. It's a difficult game. We are playing the best team in the league at their home, because the standings are saying so. Tomorrow, it's not a decisive game, but a very important game for them. And that's one thing that made me laugh, because here we are reading them. But when he was speaking, he said, tomorrow is not a decisive game, because of course after that you still have 20 games to play in Serie A. But he said, but very important, and there I say, okay, he will take some responsibility and share it with Juventus, with the Black Onion. No, he said, I will try to do it with the same tempo as he did. Tomorrow it's not a decisive game, but very important for them. You see that stop, that space that normally you're putting, you know, like dot, dot, dot when you're writing, he did it while speaking. He's one of the only men on earth that is able to put 3 dots without even writing. Decisive game, but important. Not decisive game, but important for them. And again, putting pressure on Napoli. Luciano Spalletti is an excellent coach. He's the best at teaching, and he also proved it in the past. It will be a really good challenge. And the final thing that they report on the site is the result and the work, of course, of Andrea Agnelli has done over the years, or speaking for himself. The only question he actually answers. That's it. Tactical Allegri, yeah, also in press conferences using techniques, of course. He's not going offensively. Is paying attention. He's there, watching, pay attention, because we are already playing. We are already playing Napoli-Juve without even being in Napoli. The team didn't travel yet. In a few hours, we will see the list that has been called up. Which player will go there? We can already guarantee you the same players as versus Udinese, with the addition of Bremer. Probably Riccio will go back with the next gen. That will be the only change. I also expect Barbieri again to be there with the team. We didn't travel yet. The game is already on. Allegri is already playing that game, and I'm sure that Spalletti is already playing that game as well. Guys, the words of Malkay. Guys, who are these journalists in there asking tactical questions? That's like asking a poker player to show his hands already. They could have asked some more intelligent question. Malkay, give me... It's morning, disaster. Malkay, give me a question that you would ask to Allegri. I'm curious to see your question. Rocco Lavino, Beppe, this is Juve's most important game of the season. 6 points games must not lose and try everything to win. I agree with that one. It's the most important game, but it's the most important game also thanks to the most important game that was Udinese. The most important game that was Cremonese, the most important game that was Lazio, that was Verona, that was Inter, that was Torino, and that was whatever other team that we played in that 8 games in a row that we are winning. Because without that beautiful path and journey in terms of results, today we would not have been here. And that's what Allegri said also in press conference, not being translated by the Juve admin, but I listened and I said it live. He said 2 months ago, nobody would have even thought about us being here to play versus Napoli in that position in the ranking. -7, yes, but guys, we are there thanks to all the games that are important, because at the end, it's a 6 points game in a way, yes. Napoli go ahead, we go behind, or we stay where we are, and that's an annoying thing, but in Serie A, hey, every game counts, and that's why I'm happy with it. Mamma mia, the coffee was about to... that's why I'm happy with the win versus Cremonese last minute, versus Udinese in the last minutes of the game, because they are bringing you in the ability to play a game where you can be at -4. -4 in a way, because I'm not happy, guys. We have to speak. By the way, can you put please a maximum flight? I'm not happy. I'm not, absolutely not happy, because I have to show you something. I have to show you something that I wanted to speak a bit later about, or in the video, but anyway, I will do it now. I want to show you this thing. Here we go. Here we go. What do we see? Rivoluzione fuori gioco. Rivoluzione fuori gioco. Oh, Massimo Pegoli that became a member for the 4 months. Massive week, Beppe. Forza Juve in my heart. Thank you, Massimo Pegoli. Thank you for being a member of the channel. What do I want to speak about? Rivoluzione fuori gioco. Revolution offside. What do I mean with that? That from 2 games on, so from the first one of the return games in Serie A, so the second part of the season, we have the automatic offside VAR technology. What does that mean? We already saw it in Champions League. Do you remember the first game that it was used in? It was Bruges. I was there in the stadium. Bruges versus Leverkusen. I remember that. Was used automatic. Was used in the World Cup and will now be used the first time in the league in Italy, in Serie A. What is the technology about? That they have actually a lot of satellites. They are communicating with the satellite. The ball is communicating with the satellite, okay? They have 29 points of tracking. I show you. I don't know why they took De Ligt and Lautaro Martinez, but anyway, they took De Ligt and Martinez. Look at all the points. So there is the ball. Tracciamento del pallone. They are following the ball, but then you see occhio sinistro, occhio destro, left eye, right eye. Left ear, right ear. I have no idea why they are doing that. Naso, the nose. They are tracking the nose of the player. Of course, guys, if Chiellini was there, that was a really important factor. The nose of Paulo Dybala is a bit less important, guys, because Chiellini, we all know the nose of Chiellini. They are tracking il collo here, the neck, the shoulder, left and right, the poles. They are everything. I don't know. They are not tracking something else. Anyway, not maybe the one of Lautaro, not the one of De Ligt. Anyway, what is it? That actually there is a revolution because there is an instant communication with the satellite that is also controlling when the ball, there is an impact and leaves the foot of the player. Ibrahimovic, you have to pay attention. Thank you, Stylarzi. Attention to Ibrahimovic. Chiellini left. Because of that, he knew already. And that's why Chiellini left. But anyway, is it important? Because it's from the impact of the ball, and you will be able to see real-time communication in the room of the VAR if yes or no you are offside. What does that mean? And why am I speaking about it now? It means that until today in Serie A was rigged. Why am I saying that? Because it was a man, a person like you, like me, that was in the VAR room, that was deciding which frame to stop to decide if it was offside or not. Imagine.
If you want the truth, I tell you the truth.
I will tell you the truth. The truth is that it was rigged VAR. Because in 3 frames, tac, 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 you can decide a lot. Especially for these millimeters of side. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Udinese. Let's take one of the most famous one. Cristiano Ronaldo versus Udinese. You remember? Second game of last year. The last one. The last possible goal of Cristiano Ronaldo with Juventus. When he's taking his shorts off. That people are trying to say that it's his first goal with Al Nassr. Anyway. Well, if you take it 2 frames before, it's not offside. If you take it 2 frames later, it's offside. But is it correct, yes or no? So that technology now, and not yet, not in Napoli, Juve, not in Atalanta, Juve, but from the next game, from Monza, that will be actually the first time the technology will be right. And not anymore giving the opportunity to men, to humans, to do mistakes. Mistakes unintentional, but sometimes also a bit intentional, let me say. And then I see another comment here from Don Pasquale that is saying, Beppe, Salernitana with a pink tears face. Why Salernitana? Well, quite easy, because today we are at -7 of Napoli. Tomorrow, best case scenario, we are at -4. We can potentially stay at -7, or worst case scenario, we are at -10. Imagine if yesterday, or versus Salernitana, that technology was implemented. So that means that if Juve Salernitana was played in the second half and not the first half of the season, we had 2 points more. Disgusting played, yes, we know. Let's not talk again about the performance because it was not beautiful, but the points were reached and taken on the field with a total correct goal. In other games with mistake, they are saying, oh, sorry, in television, in the media, and they are even suspending and punishing the referees for 1 month, sending them in second division or not coaching or not doing the referee job at all. For us, they said, yes, it was a mistake, but we don't have to say sorry. It happens. It happens in the 6th day of Serie A in a Serie A of 38 games, time 20 teams. We have to accept, we have to shut up, but for the other ones, they are punishing teams. We could have been at -5 playing and being at potentially -2 if you win. I don't want to cry too much today. So let's go back to Napoli, Juve. And I will go to the papers also, so at least we covered that part as well. What is the first part, or what can we remember of the press conference of Allegri? 1, he didn't answer intentionally. He was trolling and joking, saying that he didn't prepare the game. Why? Because it's a poker player. He doesn't want to show the cards. Important thing, he didn't answer about Chiesa entering in second half. He answered a bit vague, dribbling. But I can anticipate, and I could bet my life that tomorrow Chiesa is starting the game. I don't know where yet. We don't know about the lineup. We don't know who will travel. He said about the injuries that they will come back probably versus Atalanta. Last game of Serie A, first round. What else did he say? That all the pressure is on Napoli. It's on them. It's on them. For them, it's really dangerous. Strange, eh? Tactique, but also knowing that they have +7. Decisive game for them. Important game for them. Because he knows that if they lose, they go in total depression, Napoli. And we know that when these moments are arriving for Napoli especially, can be really, really dangerous for the morale of Napoli. Anyway, guys, do you have questions about the press conference, about Allegri? Yes and no. I'm curious to see what your reactions are. If not, we go to the first pages and also inside pages on what they are saying about our beloved Juventus. I'm really curious to hear from you. So it's now the moment to use your keyboards or your tactical pad from the phone or iPad or wherever you are. Beppe, when we win tomorrow, I wonder how the tide will turn regarding Allegri as our coach. Even in the past few wins, they haven't been convincing. I wonder if we win again, what perception of Max to be. Is Tozzi. I will call you Tozzi, like Umberto Tozzi. If you don't know who is Umberto Tozzi, he's a famous Italian singer. Go and watch it. Why do I have a red thing here? No. Not good. And I speak so much. Look, the coffee is becoming cold. We are living more and more in a generation, I don't want to go with philosophy again, of the moment is the truth. The moment is the truth. What happens today is true. Tomorrow it's already vintage and not true anymore because there is something new. We know it, huh? Why? Because we are influenced by trends. How long are trends really? I remember, a few years ago there was a small Texan cowboy guys. How was that song? It was in a supermarket singing. Well, this guy, he did all summer long. The trend was all summer long. Before that, when you had a trend, it was like months, that trend. Everyone was doing it. Ice Buck Challenge, all summer long. Everyone was playing a summer long. Even football clubs, Juventus did it with Marotta and Agnelli and so on. Today, no. You have a trend, and it's a week, and then it's over. Then you have to go in another trend, because there is something new that is coming up. And I believe it's also the same here. I am surprising you day by day. Why, Henrik? But this is actually the moment we are living in. And what he said also, Allegri, in his press conference was, what we do tomorrow, well, we will be judged from that. And what we did in the 8 previous games, it will be forgotten. If tomorrow we win, I don't know if it will, but if tomorrow we will versus Napoli, people will continue to say, great Allegri, for the one that are protecting him. Great Allegri, fantastic. Look what he did. I always told you, I defended him, and so on and so on. And then you will have some people that say, yeah, but how did we win? Again, how did we win? Lucky win, because still people are saying that he's the most lucky coach on earth. They are even going back to Cagliari, when he was coaching Cagliari before Milan. Well, they will continue to say, we are lucky if we win 1-0. If we win 3-0, well, for a week, they will love him. And they will say, actually, maybe he's a strong coach. He's doing really well. Fantastic. Cortomuso, whatever you want to. And he will be praised. But of course, a week later, you are playing versus Atalanta in Serie A. If you lose, you are back with Allegri out. So, it's a culture of analyzing and judging moments. You don't win, you're out. You win. For these days, we keep you. As fans, it's a sad way of analyzing, but it's the moment. The pressure is on Napoli, according to the media. For 5 months, we have been fighting relegation, and Napoli have been the greatest team in Europe. Yes, it's true, Thomas. It's totally true what you are saying here. Nobody was believing that we would have been there. People were praising the big work, the fantastic work of Gasperini, of Sotil, of Pioli. Pioli is on fire. How many times did I have Juventini that came during the live telling me, look at Pioli, what a fantastic coach. What a fantastic coach. He's exceptional. He's winning the Scudetto with Milan, with that Milan, without big transfers. The Maldini, Massara, what a great sporting management. They know who to go and to buy, and they know how to let them perform on the field. Young team without excessive budget and so on and so on. Well, they deserve to win last year. Fantastic. Congratulations to Pioli, to Milan. People forgot that they were about to kick his ass to Pioli because he was not reaching results. But that's under bracket, that's another story. Then, yesterday they played versus Torino in Coppa Italia, and don't tell me, yes, but they were playing with a B formation. Maybe in the start, but then you had the Leaos of this world, the Giroud of this world, the Benacer, the Brahim Diaz. They were all on the field, with from the 70th minute, so 20 minutes of the second half, plus all the extra time, 2 times 15 minutes, they played with 11 versus 10. Yesterday they lose. Because winning is not easy. I made a short about it. Winning is absolutely not easy. First, reconfirming you is even more difficult. I always say to my son, you can be the best. Everyone can be the best. You can do on social media, maybe. It's not doing it, but anyway. You can do a post and it can go viral and you are the best for one day. That's not the easy part. TikTok, for example. I've posted something on TikTok. I had 3.5 million views. King of the world. I broke the game. No. Because then you post another one and that video has 65 views. You see? Being the best one day happens. Being the best in reconfirming you doesn't. It's difficult. It's hard. It's really hard. What Allegri did, but also what Juventus. Let's say Juventus. I don't like to just praise one person because, you know, in victories everyone wins. In defeats everyone loses. Juventus was able to win 9 Scudetti in a row. 10 years consecutively win cups. Not only that, in the 5 years of Allegri, it was 5 Scudetti plus 4 Coppa Italia plus 2 Super Cups. Guys, it's hard to win. And that's what I want to answer on that question. I didn't expect live stream at this hour, but it is welcome. You're welcome. Allegri finally finding the winning strategy and tactics, but it took him too long or long time. Honestly, I was surprised with how much time he needed to find the right system. Well, B. Allegri didn't change. But of course, last year was a total disaster. We know it. He recuperated the team that went in a total transition. First him, in a really dropping Juventus already. Because of him, because of the players, because of the motivation, because of a winning team that was at the end of the cycle, because of wrong investment. You have Sarri that is changing everything. What Allegri did was bad, was a disaster. Changed completely the philosophy. 1 year, we change again. We have a rookie as Pirlo that is changing again. And then you have actually an Allegri that is coming back and asking to do what he did in the first spell without having the players to do it, without any mercato. And on top of that, with a lot of injuries. you take the season, you throw it away. Luckily, we are fourth, and that's already a big difference. We didn't have to wait the last game of Serie A to be fourth. This year, well, he starts objectively with a virtual team, with the Pogba, Di Maria, Chiesa, a 4-3-3. A 4-3-3 that we never saw, at least not with the man that he had in mind. And we have to invent. We have to try. At a certain moment, we have a lot of young players that he's surprised about, he's really proud about, but that's how we start. Attenzione, we will go to the first pages in a second. I believe that it's over with the press conference. There are no small teams at the moment. Even big teams can lose against the little teams. Well, we are the big example of that. We lost versus Maccabi Haifa in Champions League. We lost versus Monza in Serie A. We were not able to beat Sampdoria, that is doing a disastrous season in the beginning of the season. Ciao Tomcam. You know, so we are a big example, but also Manchester City that lost versus Southampton, if I'm not wrong. Paris Saint-Germain that is losing versus Lens. Argentina losing versus Saudi Arabia. Germany out of the World Cup in the group stages. We are speaking about national teams. We are speaking about club football, like Liverpool having difficulties. Chelsea that is 10th. So it's hard. It's really hard. I totally agree with my friend from Germany, Gazzo. Now that the press conference is over, more and more people are joining the live. It's also my fault. I should start to warn and to tell people a bit earlier. But yes, now people are entering. If you want to, guys, I translated word by word the press conference of Allegri, literally. So it's really word by word. And then you have to go back in the beginning of the video. What are the papers saying? We start with our friends from Tuttosport. Tuttosport is saying Toro heroic Torino yesterday, but we already spoke about it. But Max ne ha zittiti molto. Pjanic, there is nobody that is more a fanboy of Max Allegri than Miralem Pjanic. Nobody. Imagine the most biggest fanboy. Let's take a friend of me that is on Twitter, AJ. No, AJ is a joke towards and compared to Miralem Pjanic. Miralem Pjanic is a big fine boy. What is he saying? Max silenced a lot of people. BT saying the interviews of Pjanic are always great. What is he saying in big words? In big words. Max silenced a lot of people. He's never complaining, and that is something that we have to really, really take in and give him credit for. He's never complaining. Spalletti, I have a big regret. What is a big regret? Of course, I already read the interview this morning. What do you think that I was doing? Sleeping? Well, he said his biggest regret is that he's only played 6 months with Luciano Spalletti. He wanted to work a bit more with him anyway. Allegri works a lot on the head of the players and he gives you certainties. Big match. Napoli has more pressure. That's actually what Allegri tried to do now. Miralem Pjanic knows Allegri really well. Max is already studying the different moments of the game here. Let me put it bigger here. Max is already studying the different moments of the game. We know it. Allegri doesn't play 90 minutes. Allegri plays 6 games in one game. 15 minutes first half, 15 minutes second half. Plus, we have to add nearly 5, if not 10 extra time minutes. Well, he's studying them. Miralem Pjanic, he understands him really well. I am really proud of my own career, of my story. I escaped the war. I went to Luxembourg, then the bigs in Europe. That's a bit about his personal life. 6 wonderful months. I would have loved to work a bit more with Spalletti, about his time with Spalletti at Roma. Agnelli is an example. What he did for Juve, nobody will be able to take it away from him. What I will say to Locatelli and to Paredes is, and here is the tip of Miralem Pjanic, try, dare, take some risks. But I really like also Fagioli and Miretti. Attenzione, because here he's saying something that if we know how much Miralem Pjanic is a fanboy of Allegri, if we know how much he knows Max Allegri, he's telling the guys that are covering his X roles, take some risk. Dare. Have the balls to do it. It's not that Allegri is playing only security, but he's telling them also to try, to dare. But it has to come from individual moment of brilliance, of understanding when to do it. I have to refresh here because it's gone. I will tell you all the other ones. Meanwhile, that I'm refreshing, I'm telling hello to Majed that is saying, of course, it's easy to say this now. A lot of credit to the level we have recently reached. It's due to the 3-5-2. Trying to play with 4 in the back wasn't ideal. Our fullbacks are not good. Our fullbacks are less good, that's true, Majed, but also the fact that Bonucci and Bremer is not, according to me, an ideal duo in the back. It's true. Pjanic interview are always great. Mire to Max, better than Speed to Cristiano Ronaldo, probably. Anthony, buongiornissimo, you are late, but I understand it because it's quite early. So let's go to the other pages from Tuttosport without entering in detail of all of them, of course. But if I pay the subscription to a lot of papers, at least let me have a bit of return on investment. Juve, the secret from the change, the U-turn, the box that was actually a bunker and a super Szczesny. The single players and Allegri are doing the difference. Big title here. Roma is the only team that conceded more Roma is the only team that conceded less dangerous shots on target than the Bianconeri. Then here you see Chiesa towards the part-time use. Bremer in the team, he will be there in the Maradona. Continasa Vlahovic is there as well with Pogba. We already spoke about that in press conference, but Chiesa part-time. Guys, I don't want you to tell me what you want. I want you to tell me what you think Allegri will do. I will put a poll. Chiesa tomorrow starts as right winger, starts as second striker, so behind Milinkovic, starts on the bench. 3 options. Let's put a 4th one. 4 options. Here we go. You have 4 options for Chiesa. Not what you want, because of course we all want Chiesa to start. What you think Allegri will do tomorrow. I gave you my opinion a bit earlier. So you vote and then you put a maximum of like also to the channel. Would be nicely appreciated. At least that we reach the 100 likes would be really, really nice. Ciao, my friend. So we continue while you are voting. Then I will tell you my opinion. But part-time use, I really believe that he will play tomorrow. I don't see him not playing. I believe personally that he starts the game. I need to decide right wing or second striker. Could be as a right wing. This is the idea I have since the beginning. But it's difficult, really difficult. But I see him starting tomorrow. Kvaratskhelia ready to be born again after his problems that he had at the back at the end of the first part of Serie A before the World Cup. If we go to Gazzetta dello Sport, we already spoke about the new rule of referee that will come soon. But then if we are looking at Gazzetta dello Sport inside, what are you speaking about? Torino, that yesterday won and eliminated Milan. San Siro is Granata, the colors of Torino. Inter and Milan, they are fighting again about the stadium. We don't care. Golden Ghost, I don't care. You see, we are already at page. Tomorrow is the biggest game ever. Tomorrow is the biggest game of Serie A. They start speaking about it at page 10. They start speaking about it at page 10. Page 10. Napoli Juve. Scudetto numbers. Then they are giving the 2 potential lineups. If you want to see the one of Juventus, let's start with the one of Juventus. Here we see what is happening. We see that they are putting Szczesny to the goal. That it's not big enough for you. You can't see it. Let me try to put it even bigger. Can I do it bigger? Now you should see a bit anyway. Szczesny, Danilo, Bremer, Alexandro, McKennie, Locatelli, Paredes, Rabiot, Kostic, Di Maria, Milik. This is the lineup set by Gazzetta dello Sport. Look, I said last time that in the middle I see Locatelli, Paredes, Rabiot. And on that one, it's my first prediction battle that I'm winning at the moment, because we don't know if it will happen or not tomorrow. But I believe that that can be really the midfield of tomorrow. I said it 3 days ago. I continue to say it. Kostic on the left side. Brazilian defense, of course, everyone would have guessed it without problem. Szczesny into the goal. Milik starting could potentially be. My only doubt is McKennie on the right side. Why not? But if McKennie is on the right side, I put Chiesa behind Milik. No Di Maria. Or we go towards Chiesa on the right side instead of McKennie, with Milik and Keane up front. That's my only doubt. I can't decide yet. Or we go with this one, but with Chiesa instead of Di Maria. So 10 on 11 is correct. Or we go with Chiesa on the right, but then you can't put Chiesa and Di Maria. Then you have Chiesa up front and Keane and Milik, with Milik behind Moise Keane. That's what I believe tomorrow. These are the lineups and the papers of Gazzetta dello Sport, if we continue to check a bit what they are saying. Speaking about extreme opposition. But attenzione, we forgot to speak about Napoli lineup, and then I will read a bit of your comments. Napoli is playing with a 4-3-3 with Meret, Di Lorenzo, Rahmani, Kim, and Oliveira. Attenzione, because apparently what I've heard yesterday is that Spalletti is convinced that Juventus will play a really attentive, cautious game, giving the ball possession to Napoli, and they are tempted to try Mario Rui on the left instead of Oliveira. With Mario Rui going up, I believe that Mario Rui can start tomorrow. Lobotka, if you block Lobotka, guys, 25% of the game is already solved. Anguissa and Zielinski. You have creativity, you have short spaces football, you have verticality, but you also have physicality with Anguissa. They should play with Raspadori on the right, with Kvaratskhelia on the left, and then the top scorer of Serie A, that is Osimhen, that is in form. Good team, huh? Good team. If Mario Rui or Oliveira are playing on the left, Di Lorenzo on the right, you have these small guys there on the wings that are used to go up. Juventus will have to play in counter-attack. Punish them in counter-attack with the spaces that they are giving. Kim is not 100%, but he will be there tomorrow. So that could be the starting lineup of Napoli versus Juve tomorrow. So let me check a few of your comments before going to other news. Buongiorno Dave, Cecilia, buongiorno, good morning. Allegri let Dybala play, you are crazy man. Oops, sorry, I dreamt I was back in time when he didn't play. Let Dybala play. Good morning. Ciao ciao Jose Anthony Quintero. Good morning. I have absolutely no idea what you ate this morning, but attenzione. Bremer and Danilo will pocket Osimhen. Osimhen, that is really strong. I spoke about it tactically. It's a player that in counter-attack of Napoli loves to start on the right side. Why? Also to give no reference points to the defender. If Bremer is following him man on man, if we are playing man instead of zone, Bremer will run a lot on the left side for him, the right side of Osimhen, and following him, and could potentially leave these spaces open, and that's dangerous because you will have these small guys that will go inside centrally, and that can be a way to open the defense, like Moise, not Moise Keane, but the Moise from the Bible opened the sea into that strategy. So I believe that tomorrow Kostic will do a big work in counter-attack to not stay too much up. So on corner kicks, I don't know if Kostic will take them. I write them. I write that because it's an important one. Kostic, no corner kicks. Why? Because I'm expecting Osimhen to run fast if we lose the ball, if we're not able to score. Alexandro will stay behind with Danilo, these two men. But Kostic will have to give support on the left side, because that's where Osimhen is loving to go. We know it, on our corner kicks, Bremer goes up. Danilo probably as well. So we have to pay attention there. That's how I believe that we can play tactically and paying attention to the corner kicks. On the other side, when they have the ball possession, he's really going centrally. And that's where you will have the man marking. So I believe that in counter-attacks from Napoli, you will have Alexandro and Kostic that will try to pay attention there, with Alexandro staying in the back, paying attention to the technicality of Raspadori, with Kostic going back to support. When they have possession, we play as a wall, with Kostic and the one on the right side that could potentially be or Chiesa or McKennie that comes back to defend. So what are your votes, guys? And then we can close the poll. Starts as a right winger, 40% and 38% for starts on the bench. And some people also said starts as a second striker, 22%. Doesn't play at all, 0%. Nobody's believing that. 77 votes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Really, really, really appreciate it. Do we have more news about the papers? We forgot, or we didn't even speak about Corriere dello Sport. So let me go to Corriere dello Sport, because I don't know what they said, and we know that they are supporting a bit more the South teams, Roma, Lazio, but especially also with Zazzaroni, they are supporting a bit more the friends of Napoli. 1 miliardo al Maradona, $1 billion at the Maradona Stadium. Napoli-Juve, how much is the Scudetto worth? I don't know what they're speaking about. Coppa Italia, Rossoneri were beaten yesterday. Spalletti is recuperating Kim, so Kim Min-jae will be there tomorrow. Politano could potentially play on the right side. Allegri, hey, we can't read, guys. What the? I don't understand why Corriere dello Sport is putting so bad quality on their first page. Put a good quality, who cares? Mamma mia. Let me try to read. So Politano favorite on the right side. Allegri is warming up Federico, the alternative to McKennie. Hey! Corriere dello Sport, they listen to the video. They listen to the video. What else did I prepare into today's video that I wanted to put? Nothing except of another news. This one. I show you here. Sorry guys, not beautiful, but who cares? Napoli-Juve, thanks to our friend Mo El Shahali. No travel ban for the Juventini. You will tell me, Beppe, but it's normal. What are you speaking about? No, it's not normal, because they were already starting to ban the Juventini to travel. At the end, they changed opinion and decision. Luckily, really luckily, because we will have the support of our boys. If we are speaking about the Telegram group, let's see if we have a bit more news regarding that. So let's make it smaller. What are the last news? Diego Stramaccioni could leave Juventus, young player going to Perugia. Okay, Arsenal and Newcastle are the two English clubs which have talked with Sergei Milinkovic-Savic in the last days and have shown interest for the Lazio midfielder. Lotito doesn't want to sell and hopes to extend his contract. At a certain moment, he needs to give up. Former Juventus midfielder Mario Lemina could return to Premier League to Wolverhampton. That is in talk with Nice. I don't care. Juventus would be on top of Zidane's preference list, but Allegri would have no intention to abdicate and would look for the reconfirmation. To get it, the qualification to the Champions League is needed, and as well as going as far as possible and even try to win the Europa League. On the right side, on the right, McKennie would be the favorite over Chiesa. In the midfield, Rabiot and Locatelli. There should be Fagioli. Di Marzio is going with Fagioli. But Sky Sport, not a lot of time they are right. Not a lot of time they are right with the lineups. But let's give them credit. Why not? Why not? Who am I to say no? Beppe, I tagged you with a formation I would like to see. The problem is that you are not the coach, Dino. Szczesny, Danilo, Bremer, Sandro, Paredes, Locatelli, Rabiot, Di Maria, Kostic, Milik, Keane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 players. I always count to double check. No, Di Maria will not play there, guys. Impossible. Impossible, Dino. I'm sorry. Impossible. Juventus made an official offer for the left-back Valentin Barco, 18 years old, to sign him in June, immediately after the end of his contract with Boca Juniors. I can't show videos, Jaya, on the channel, otherwise they will ban my channel for copyright. Mr. Allegri is cool, is the message of Bobby. What else? What else do we have on Twitter? What are people speaking about? What are people speaking about on Twitter? I'm curious. What are they speaking about? Allegri. Let's check. What are they saying about our beloved Juventus and about Allegri? We have to go to latest, of course. So, Allegri, we already said, we already spoke about it. Bah, I don't see really a lot of reactions, huh? I don't see yet. Maybe we have to go under the tweet of Juve in Italian because they're the people that are writing a lot. What are the people saying about it? Let me check. Only one quoted. There is nothing really crazy. No. Bah, the people are quiet. It's maybe because it's super early in the morning. People didn't wake up. The anger is not yet awake. It's good. It's good. I have nothing else to say about the press conference. So guys, we spoke about the papers. We spoke about inside papers. We spoke about the possible lineup. We spoke about everything. What else can I say? Attenzione! Attenzione! Because Canan, our friend Canan, is just in the chat. And he offered a gift, a membership. And it is Sasha that won it. Grande Sasha! Oh, I'm happy. I'm happy for Sasha. I'm happy for Sasha. Because she's always there. Always there. You know that it's random when someone is doing a gift. But thank you. Thank you to Canan that woke up. He's not even saying hello. He just entered. He slips the DM. And he's giving the chat. And he's giving a free subscription. Grande. Thank you, Canan. Thank you. Really appreciate it, my friend. Arek returning in Napoli. Oh, we didn't speak about Arek returning to Napoli. Good assist. Thank you, Stylers. You know that I need your help sometimes. Huh? Well, 48 goals with Napoli from Arek Milik. 48 goals in 122 games and 4 seasons. You will tell me 4 seasons, 48 games is not 48 goals is not a lot, but actually it's really a lot if you are considering the game, because for a big part he was injured and really serious injuries. The one that was actually bought to replace Higuain, and that's actually the destiny, the nice thing. We have 2 big, maybe I can tell you. Wait, I prepared, huh? Where is it? You want the differences about Napoli and Juve? I wanted to do a video about it later, but maybe I can already anticipate it. I have 5 points, the big differences of Napoli-Juve. You see how much I prepare. I prepare everything. Well, the last point was Osimhen and Milik. Why is that a difference? Because Osimhen is the top striker of Serie A, of Napoli, 10 goals already scored. He missed the first part because of injury. They have their most informed man, the killer that is there and that will look to score for the first time versus the 3 biggest teams in Italy. He never scored versus Inter, Milan, and Juve. Never. So he will try to do it. Will he be able to do it? That's another question. And then we don't have our main striker. Vlahovic is still not there. He will also not be there versus Monza. Maybe on the bench versus Atalanta. So we don't have it. That's already a big difference. But we have a man, Arkadiusz Milik, that played versus Napoli. He knows the Maradona Stadium that when he was playing there had another name. Now it's called the Maradona Stadium. He knows it. He knows it. He knows the ambiance, the environment. And he's the man that nobody was believing in. And now he's showing how is he convincing Juventini that we did a beautiful deal instead of going for Memphis Depay. Thanks to his goals. 5, if not 6 in Serie A. Let me repeat that goals of Salernitana, they're still here. I can't digest that cancelled goal of Milik versus Salernitana, but it is what it is. Well, that's a big difference. The biggest striker of the league, the most informed man of Serie A, versus the one that nobody was believing in, but ex-Napoli. He will have that sense of revenge. Today I made a short of 3 goals of Higuain, Pipita Higuain against Napoli. There were too many to choose from, so I choose 3. Made a short about it. The revenge. Because they didn't quit in good terms. I don't believe that they will whistle him as they whistled Higuain, because Higuain went immediately from Napoli to Juve. They hate him. But I will receive a bit of whistle, of course. At the Meazza Stadium, Inter, they were whistling the legend Buffon. So I'm not surprised of anything. Anyway, grazie. Thank you, Canan. Dino, Beppe, in February, it will be 3 years since I started to watch you. Mamma mia. Crazy. 1 month after I started the channel. Toxi! Grande! Beppe, do you think that Vlahovic should be sold? No. Are you crazy? No. He's injured. What do you want? He's injured. You know what's the problem? You sell him, and then who do you buy? With no money. Because how much will you sell him? Today I was reading the only possible way to sell Dusan Vlahovic is if there is an offer that is over the 100 million, 110, from 110, 120, what I said before. But I would not, because he's a guy with a lot of potential. He's strong. He knows how to score. He's young. He needs to develop himself. He's not perfect, of course. But where do you find another Dusan Vlahovic? And then we go back to, we have nobody that scores. Even if Milik is doing it, but Milik is not... I love Milik. I'm happy of Milik. It's crazy that I'm saying that because I didn't want him and Juve. But I decided to give him a chance before he came, and he's convincing me goal after goal after goal, showing a lot of attachment to the shirt, but also proving on the field. So I'm happy with Milik, but ideally, in my dream Juve, starting Juve, it's not Milik that is starting, it's Dusan Vlahovic, so no. Del Piero, what about him? But the 18th, you will see the official announcement of the 5 board of director members that were already anticipated but not yet officially announced. You will have, for the first time, probably the president that will speak, Gianluca Ferrero. Tomorrow is the last real game of Agnelli as a president. Then he will step aside. He will still be one of the owners of Juventus, still have shares, and towards the remaining part of the season, there will be some talks. There were already some talks, but no entries before the end of the season. Del Piero is a potential name that can enter for the sporting part. Giorgio Chiellini is another one. Buffon, even if you watch the performance of Buffon versus Inter, I believe he wants to continue to play. But at the moment, no. If I'm hyped, yeah. I'm super hyped, but I continue to say, for the people that ask me, I don't sign for a draw. Tomorrow, I take the risk of losing, but I want to go and win. I don't care about a draw. I said, I take the risk. And if we lose tomorrow, I will be here depressed and annoyed. But at least we did what... at least we tried. But I don't sign for a draw. This is not my mentality. I don't care about drawing. Cambiaso could be 22-24 solution? Yes. Could be, but not as a starter. Beppe, if you could sign only one player, would it be Milinkovic-Savic or De Paul? If I am obliged to go for this one, by the way, yesterday we did a live about them, but I would go then for Milinkovic-Savic. I'm not a big fan of De Paul. I'm not. Good player, huh? Let's not exaggerate here, huh? Good player, of course. Beautiful characteristics and so on and whatever you want, but no, Milinkovic-Savic. Beppe, do you see us conceding tomorrow? I see nothing. Tomorrow I see nothing. I don't know. The strongest attack versus the best defense. Guys, it's a big duel there, huh? The only thing that worries me is that Paredes is getting a red card. Me. Already. Red card for Paredes. I don't know about that. But I really believe that we start with that physical midfield. Paredes, Locatelli, and Rabiot. Even if they are saying that with Rabiot and Paredes or Locatelli, there should be one between... no, there should be Fagioli. So not the three of them, I don't know. I think the game will end 0-0, Starboy. BT, it's going to be a great game tomorrow. Juve always show up for the big games. Let me check a bit of stats, my friends, that I didn't do yet. Where is it? Just a bit of stats. So, we won 70 times. It's not that much, actually. Yeah? 70. It will be the 153rd game. 153 game versus Napoli. We won 70 times. We drew 48. We lost 34. It's only the fourth time in the history of Serie A that Juventus and Napoli are playing with each other with 7 points difference in the ranking. The other one times were 88, 89, and 2011. Is it an important stat? I don't know. After the 1-1 of the last game in Serie A of the 6th of January between Napoli and Juve, it could be the first time since November 2011 that Juventus and Napoli draw 2 times in a row. Wow, it's not really an important one. Huh? How many goals did we score? Can someone guess? In Serie A only, not Coppa Italia and so on. Serie A only. How many goals did we score against Napoli, total Serie A, and how much did we concede against Napoli? Hey, that's a really good one. 2 numbers, scored and conceded versus Napoli. Start with the scored one. I'm curious. 152 games already played versus them. It will be game 153. Hey, that's a good one. I'm curious if you're able to have a bit of reality. 150-60 for King Chiesa. No, it's not that. It's not that. But at least I appreciate having the balls and daring to start. Scored 83, conceded 50 for Neville. You are far. You are far, guys. Huh? You are far. 90-77. Okay, I tell you. We scored 224 goals. We conceded 167. It's a lot, huh? A lot more than what you were predicting. 224 goals scored versus Napoli, 167 conceded. Anton, 17 years old, tipped to break into the Juventus first team soon. We are speaking about Kenan Yildiz. Anton. And who is that? I show you because I was reading it this morning. Here is. You see, you ask and we do, mister. You ask and we do. Confirm it if yes or no it's true what we are saying. Ciao, Gianluca. Tuttosport tomorrow will go with a beautiful article about Gianluca Vialli. Another one because they are really speaking a lot about it, and correctly so. So, if you are looking, Yildiz, il predestinato. What does that mean, predestinato? What is the real word of predestinato? Let me check. Predestinato. Predestined. Mamma mia, I didn't even know it existed, that word. Listen to it.
Predestined.
Predestined. Predestined player. The chosen one. The chosen one. the chosen one. Kenan Yildiz, the next big thing of Juventus, the future. Beautiful Louis Pace. Why are we looking for these great things? The young German fantasista, it's a real number 10, he's really imposing himself with the under-19s, and he's putting him in the list for the big jump with Allegri. He was not called up in the winter to play the friendlies versus Arsenal, Rijeka, and Standard de Liège. A lot of people were saying why. King Kesa is saying he's Turkish. No? Well, Papa is Turkish, Mama is German. So he has double citizenship, and he's playing with the youth Turkish team. Starboy is saying I saw him once playing in Germany. He is incredible. He is. I never saw him live, but he is. Then he's a real phenomenon. He's strong. He already scored 10 goals. And 5 assists in 20 games. If we are comparing who did the jump offensively of Juventus, I'm not speaking about Fagioli and Miretti, but offensive players, that after 20 games with under-19 were playing, we had Soulé that scored 3 assists and 4 goals, and Ealing Jr. with 1 goal and 5 assists. He scored already 10 and 5 assists in the same numbers of game as the other ones that made the jump a few moments later. The only one that did better than him was Moiskin, with at the time 11 goals and 5 assists. Moiskin was strong, guys. Today you forget, or maybe you don't know Moiskin, guys. Moiskin was a beast. You can't even imagine how strong he was. And sometimes you still see these glimpses. He's strong. We have still big talents. Hasa, Mancini, Huizen. They're all doing the jump first to the under-23. But let's not run too fast. Tranquilli, ragazzi. There is time for Huizen that was already promoted. Hasa, Mancini, and him. And Kenan Yildiz, they are going up. They are going up in category. And that's a beautiful way. Don't exaggerate, because then you will start again. You will miss a goal. But it's overrated. You already do with Miretti. So Kinkia, why is he not with Next Gen? He's already playing some games with Next Gen, and I believe that he will soon play there definitely. Montero is really happy about him, and it's normal, step by step. To come. Juventus winning tomorrow would be the best birthday for Neville Attar, and hopefully we can celebrate greatly tomorrow for the birthday of Neville. Thing is, where is he going to play? What do you mean, where? He's a number 10. He's really number 10. Beppe, ciao. Always happy to listen to you and hope I have not missed much. Well, you missed everything, Peniel. 1 hour 23. I think tomorrow's game must feature 3 of our young players. Tomorrow we are playing versus Napoli, guys. Who are the three of their young? That means that you want to play Fagioli, Miretti, and who is young? Soulé. It will not happen, guys. Time for Juve to cook from Rob. What else? It's over. Well, from the images, he's strong. He's really strong, of course. I'm curious to see him with a higher level. He already played some games with the under-17s of Milan, where he did really well. They are speaking really well about Francesco Camarada. So let's see what he will do in the future. Of course, 485 goals in 89 games are not easy to do, even in young teams. But I saw some flashes, of course. When you are looking at highlights in skill, you also always see the great things, but the numbers are there. So let's see how we will continue to grow. Beppe, how come since Del Piero left Juve, no other player got in his shoes? Because he took the shoes away, first in Australia, then in India, and now in Los Angeles. And probably you can see them in the LA restaurant, number 10. That's why. And it's also, no, but seriously, if you're speaking about Del Piero, guys, it's hard. It's hard also because Del Piero arrived as a young phenomenon that was about to be loaned out to Parma. Last minute, They keep him because they decide then to sell Baggio to give him the opportunity to stay with Juve. He's growing there with the Vialli, with the Ravanelli, with a strong Juve, where he imposed himself, where really fast he was a big phenomenon. Not only on the field, but also off the field, starting to be a leader. Big injury, he's coming back, and the continuity, the young player that season after season was able to convince. He had some difficult period post-injury as well, but Del Piero was fantastic, staying in Serie B and so on. So it's difficult, because today we are judging, again, moments and not looking back at what we can do with the career of Del Piero. Dybala could have been the young player that is arriving at Juve at 21. Del Piero was a bit younger, but anyway, 21 is still young, from Palermo. And being that Del Piero, but even if we saw some flashes of greatness of Paulo Dybala, he was never really able to be consistent. Also in Champions League, disappeared in the big game, while Del Piero in Champions League was shining. Watch goals of Del Piero in Champions League, for example, but the performances were fantastic, so it's different. And then also the small fights, not agreeing with the management and so on, which Del Piero never did. At the contrary, he went in Serie B with Juve. My Junior will not play, guys, tomorrow. He will not play Peniel. In the beginning of the game, Kostic is there. Tomorrow, forget about a full offensive Juve. We didn't see it versus Cremonese. Imagine versus Napoli. Let's bring back Higuain just for tomorrow. He always scored versus Napoli. It's true, Neville. Beppe, news about the lawsuit and the financial issue we are facing. Haven't heard anything from a while. Depending who you are following. If you are following some anti-Juve, every day they are speaking about it. Even on Sky Sport, they were actually, someone put a ranking with Juve with already an asterisk, because awaiting for official communication. Really disgusting from the first big sport channel at payment in Italy. Really disgusting. But anyway, so they are still speaking about it. But I stopped speaking about it. Why? Because there is nothing new at the moment. Of course, you see some flashes here from a paper, from another one. If you're looking at today's paper, look, just to prove you my point. If you're looking at today's paper, what can you see? That they are speaking about the big match about Napoli, Juve. Wait, here. Come on, take that away. I don't know why it's blue. I don't want blue. I don't understand why it's blue. Boo. Anyway, can we put that away? So if you are looking, I don't know why it's blue. It should not be blue. Anyway, we don't care. If you are looking, they are speaking about Juve. Look, what about the books? Juve nearly the triple as Napoli, but so much losses. So, comparing the two teams for the big game of tomorrow, they are speaking about Exor, they are speaking about the losses, they are speaking about this, about that. I believe it was yesterday, Mercoledì. So yesterday, when you're looking at the pages, they're speaking about Inter, that won yesterday, then about the stadium of San Siro, and here. Wait, where was it? No. I don't know where I saw it. Anyway, they were again speaking bad about Juve, or was it today? I missed it. I don't remember. But anyway, they continue, of course, to speak bad about Juventus. If they can put something bad about Juventus, believe me, they do it. They do it. Diego, Giovinco, Dybala, all of them supposed to be the next Del Piero. Maybe Chiesa can become the player for us. He has everything. Afternoon, Mohamed. I see that Paul Pogba pink kit. I want to get the golden kit the same season, but I can't find it. You're speaking about... Mamma mia, that was fast. Record in finding shirts. Speaking about this one, Mamma mia, that season was fantastic. You had this, and the third one of that season was the first. The home one was. Let me check if I can be fast enough. No, it was not this one. Which one was it? Let me check, guys. I want to have the trio. It was this one. Was it this one? Guys, can you confirm this one was the home version? Small, eh? Small, eh? Can you confirm that this one was... Is that the trio of that season? Confirm me. So, home 15-16, home away third. That correct, huh? Fantastic. I believe the best season of Adidas with Juve in terms of the trio was perfect, was really perfect. I was wearing a child in 2010-6, guys. My son with the number 21 because he's born on the 21st of May. Since now he's putting only Chiesa. Huh? It's over. He doesn't want his name anymore. But when he was a child, I was putting this. He was young, 2015. So we were in Torino in the store, and I bought him the home. I took the away, and then later I found the black one on classicshirts.com. Classic jersey, something like that. What else? Beppe, it's my birthday. Last year we lost to Inter Merda. Hopefully we win tomorrow versus Forza Juve. Happy birthday, Del Baggio. Well, last year the game was robbed versus Inter. Hopefully this year it will be correct. Even if Doveri is the referee, and you know that I never speak about the referee before the game. Never spoke about him or whatever coach before a game. I never do that, so I'm doing an exception today because we know that he's an Inter fan. We know it. We saw him at the airport with the luggage of Inter, so we know it for sure. But tomorrow it will be difficult for him. What does he do? He should be objective. Hopefully he's doing the referee correctly. But if, as a supporter of Inter, what should he do? Give the victory to Napoli and let them be even further from Inter, or give them to Juve, the hateful Juve. It's strange. But anyway, I don't like to speak about the referees tomorrow, but happy birthday, Del Baggio. Happy birthday, Del Baggio. Beppe, do you regret buying that Pogba jersey with the Champions League badge on? I have the same jersey, but the Champions League badge ruins it. No, I never regret a shirt. Because it's part of a history of moment when I bought it. I never regret to buy a shirt. No. I'm happy. I can't wait to put it on, the shirt of Pogba here. The black and white. It's a moment. You know, when I'm watching my shirts, I'm not collecting to sell them any day. Mommy, I would never in my life sell anything regarding Juve. Never. Are you crazy? A shirt, a jacket, a scarf. Never in my life. No. When I pass away, I propose it to my son. If he doesn't want to, then let's see. We will try to make some Juventini happy. But no, never. And regretting, no. Then, of course, if you tell me, Beppe, you bought Chiellini season 19-20 shirt on the home. He played one game nearly, and then he played a few at the end, but that's it. I'm sad for the player, but no, because when I see that shirt, I'm I'm thinking about that season of Chiellini being injured. Then I think again about the book that I read about Giorgione, and it's funny because in that book of Giorgio Chiellini, he starts the story not about when he started in Livorno or when he was a kid or something like that. He starts with the first chapter, page 5, un bellissimo dolore, a beautiful pain, quel rumore secco che fa un legno quando si spezza. Poi ho gridato, ma era paura, non dolore. La paura fa più male. This sound when a wood plank is breaking in two. After that, I screamed, I yelled, but it was fear, not pain, because the fear is hurting more than pain. These are the first words of Giorgio Chiellini's book. You see, hey, guys, I read books, huh? I knew before taking it that he was speaking about it. So he's speaking about season 19-20, about the big injury at the late stage of his career and how he found the strength to come back, and that was an important one for him. That was a really important moment. So when I watched that shirt that I bought before reading the book, it remembers me a bit of that. So no, I never regret, never. How do you have 23k over views, over 100 people in the live and nobody liking the video? Come on, fellas. Come on, Bianconeri. It's time for a minimum for the content. But you have to refresh, huh? Malke, you have to refresh. If I'm watching now, we have 109 likes, which are not a lot, but 109 likes, which are nice, over the 100. One new member on the channel, some people that renewed. So I'm grateful for any single like. People are not obliged, people are not obliged to tune in, to come in, to do it. So I'm really grateful. Can one buy this shirt at Juve store? No. Vintage stores, no, except of some vintage shirts, reproductions from the vintage line. I can show you if you want to. I can show you on the site. Of course. Let me show you. You have to go to Archivio. No, I don't know. I don't remember. Here, Storica. Or Storica. You go. Cazzo. Maglie storiche. Here we go. So you can buy these ones, but they are not, how can I say, it's not the one they were really playing with. It's a reproduction done by Juve, so it's an official product. 51-52, I have that one. Then you see, for example, the season 94-95, but you don't have the logo of Kappa, for example. Ariston for women. So these ones you can buy there in the store, but also online. I have a few of them. They are really great qualities, replicas. So really, really, real shirts, but the replicas, it's not the one that they were wearing at the time. If you're speaking about 15, 16 and so on, no, you can't. Beppe, I'm not Belgian, King Chiesa, stop with that. What do you think about the Ketela? I live in Belgium, but I'm not Belgian. What do I think, guys? What question is that? He's bad. He's really bad. It's a disaster. I spoke about him in the video 2 days ago, or I didn't. I don't remember. But the mercato of Milan at the moment is a disaster. Let me try to check something for you. So I prepared it on the video of the 10th here. The 10th. So wait, guys, 1 second. We go back here. And I show you this. What is it, guys? That's actually the summer mercato of Milan. De Ketelaar And I will do it like that, so we can put it even bigger. It's not beautiful in terms of how it looks like, but okay. What do we see? We see Ciao, 5 million plus 2 of bonus, salary of nearly 1 million, 6.33, played 4 games in Serie A, 2 from the start. Dest, free transfer, but they are playing his salary, 3.5, 6 appearances in Serie A, 1 from the start. Vranks, Belgian player, 5.83, 6 appearances, 0 from the start. Adli, 10 million, and here we are speaking about already a big investment. 10 million, 1 million of salary, 5.66, 4 apps, 1 from the start. Origi, for free, 4 million salary, 5.62, 10 apps in Serie A, from 4 from the start. And then you have De Ketelaere, 32 plus 3 of bonus, salary of 2.5, 15 apps, 5 from the start. Is he bad at the moment? Yes, he is bad. It is correct. He is bad. But I will absolutely not judge Charles de Ketelaere as a flop already. If you're speaking about the first game he played or he arrived at Milan until yesterday, yes, he's a flop. But is he a flop for the future? No, we know it in the history of calcio. How many players started as a flop and then they became incredible players? Zinedine Zidane, first 6 months were a disaster. I'm not comparing Charles de Ketelaere, that I'm the only person on earth to be able to pronounce his name correctly. Not even the mother of Charles is able to pronounce it as I pronounce it. In Italy, guys, it's a disaster. The American guys, De Ketelaere, Carle, disaster. Anyway, Charles de Ketelaere at the moment is a flop, but I think he has a lot of qualities. He's a good player, but it's difficult going from Jupiler League, that is called for a beer, Jupiler, and then going to Calcio. There are levels, and he has some difficulties indeed. But it's a player with a lot of skills. Look, David's difficulty with Juventus in the beginning, Zidane, Pavel Nedved, Michel Platini, Uncle Sharma is in the chat. Ask him. Gagliardini, difficulty. Maybe one day he will be a big player at Inter. Jokes aside, ciao Raul. Colin Win with a donation. Buongiorno. Colin Win, morning Juventini. Smash the like. Thank you for a donation. Welcome and good morning to Colin Win. Colin, it's a long live, 1 hour 43. We spoke about the press conference live translation. We spoke about the initial possible lineup. We spoke about the things that we don't know. The things that we don't know, but that we could identify from the secrets of the press conference of Max Allegri. We spoke about the first pages, inside the pages, the interview of Mirren Pjanic. Mamma mia, we spoke about everything today. Peloso, grande, buongiorno Beppe, anxious for the game of tomorrow, but confident we will see an Allegri masterclass. It can be ugly, but we just need to win. Riccardo, Beppe, my collection started in 77 and continues. My wife wants to divorce now. She thinks I am crazy, I am pazzo. Well, I have 3 levels here. In my furniture, I don't know how you call it. Anyway, with the drawers. It's full. I have to put like shirts, on my desk. If you see my desk, disaster. Because I don't know where to put it anymore. I have shirts everywhere. I should take a bit more care about it. Anyway, so I understand how you are feeling, my friend. My iPad is going to die 11 p.m. in Australia. Buonanotte. DJ M&M. Who is M&M from Juve? Miretti and Milik? Can we go with Miretti and Milik? Or do I forget someone with an M? Mandzukic and Marchisio in the past. Beppe, what do you think about Inter's referee getting banned for 6 months while ours? We also spoke about that, DJ Eminem. We spoke about that earlier, and I said that it's fun. It's sad, but what can you do except of laughing? You know what? They said we did a mistake, but it happens. It happens to do mistakes. It's just one mistake, like a drop, a water drop in the water, in the ocean. So it happens. Shit happens, they said. And then you do a mistake against Inter, and then they can't be a referee anymore. And then they say sorry in front of television. For us, they didn't say sorry. They said we did a mistake. It happens. Live with it. Deal with it. Inter. Now let's see. Doveri will come and he will be the referee of Napoli-Juve. Let's see who he will support more, because it's hard for him. Napoli-Juve. Napoli can go far. And ciao to the dreams of the Scudetto for Inter, or favoring Juve, something that, mamma mia, if this happens, attenzione, everyone go to jail, everyone go to jail. Or maybe they're already planning to give Juve minus 30 points next season or this season already, and they said, you know what, let Juve win, at the end we will still take them points away. Can be, Buongiorno Daniel Perone, good morning Beppe, good morning everyone. Is this tomorrow yet? Yes, really looking forward to the game of tomorrow. Indeed, Yildiz reminds me of Zaniolo. Hopefully we'll never play in the field of Roma then, because what a disaster. Potato field. Beppe, I find it funny Inter and Milan are complaining about referees when we had a goal cancelled for no reason. We spoke about that as well earlier. We spoke about a lot of things. Marco Puscheddu, probably from Sardinia. Where are you from, Marco Puscheddu? I'm curious. Calabria. I want to know the origins of Marco. Beb, who do you see as a potential captain for Juventus in 5-10 years? Locatelli. He stays and he will be the captain of Juve. What else? That's why also Belgian players are not playing at Juve. There's a reason. I'm from Sardinia and Calabria. Mamma mia! I'm a divine man. I can see the future. I can see the origins of the people in the chat. I said Sardinia or Calabria, both of them. Never miss. I have a shot accuracy that is much better than the one of Moiskin. No, it's too early for prediction for tomorrow. It's too early. I do it a few instants before the game because I need to see the eye of the tiger of the players. Beppe, any news about the Laos? I already said it, mamma mia. I already answered it. It's not my fault if you leave the chat and then you come back. I already answered the question. We even went to the papers. Mamma mia, Tom. You have to stay on the live. Anyway, guys, it's over. I wanted to do a 30 minutes video about the press conference, and we are here. 2 hours. I didn't eat yet. Why don't you do a video about the game with Mo, like the old days? Because Mo El Shahali, that was here in the chat a bit before, he has also a live, guys. Life, obligations, job, with responsibilities, a family with 2 kids, with a cat, with a dog, with a wife. I don't know what the important is, the priority is, but all these things, so we can't always do it. But I would love to do it again. And by the way, next week, beginning of the week, famous journalist on the channel. We do a live or a video, normally a live. Hopefully you will be there with a lot of people to ask the question about Mercato, about the strategy of Juve, future, about McKennie, about Andrea Calcio, Alexandro, about, I don't know why I said Andrea Calcio, anyway, Trecastagni e Pietranico. Who do you prefer to start tomorrow? Fagioli or Miretti? Tomorrow I go with none of them. I can't say. Yeah, I can't say. You know why? Because journalists, I will say it in the beginning of the week, because journalists, they have a big schedule, and they are also linked with moments, especially in mercato time. And then if he cancel, you will be sad. You will be sad. But normally, it's someone that already was on the channel. It's not someone new. Chesney or Perin, Chesney. Mohammed will be there, and that's a great. That I will not feel alone. Boh, ragazzi. It's not Monblano. I will do. What is happening? The microphone went crazy. So I will do another video probably for the afternoon. In the meanwhile, grazie a tutti. And as always, forza Juve. Ciao to Marco, ciao to BT, Rahim, Mohammed, Peloso, Bobo Simeonov, Abdullah, Starboy, Tom Cam, Gianluca, who else? Hanin is there as well. Daniel Perone, Riccardo, Uncle Sharma, Colin Wynn, Starboy, Iorio. I bought Ariston one grande. Gianluca D'Ercole, my iPod is dying, so he's already gone. DJ MNM, King Chiesa, Peter Gitli. A lot of people today in the chat. I was happy that I was the first thing that you saw in the morning. I don't know if you are happy about that, but anyway, let's try to enjoy. Ciao.